I'm Dr. Gauri Kate from Pune, Maharashtra, and I'm a visual artist. Basically, I'm a professional fine artist and graphic designer. I also used to do calligraphy, copywritings for explaining paintings which have made with fine art or some philosophical thoughts. Also, I used to do a translation, a novel translation from English to Marathi or Marathi to English. There are many. Then I have exhibited my paintings. There are some collections in outside India also. Then I also like the miniature tradition of India, which particularly explains the writings or textual uh, proofs uh, in a visual form. So I used to like made those miniatures in watercolors also. Uh, I also like open air painting, which is normally called as landscape, or I have a passion for that. Then I started my research in particularly in temple architecture of India, of course, which is related to philosophical thoughts of India in various regions. And my PhD subject was a Bhuleshwar temple, which is located near Pune. And the temple is of 11th century AD, and which has particular style of Kalyani Chalukyan architecture, uh, which is based on a philosophy of Kashmiri Shaivism. Then I completed my fellowship of 2 years, which is awarded by Ministry of Culture, and that explains how the inner happening of any artist is related to yoga sadhana, or when any art is said as sadhana, or it is said as yoga, how we can define. There is no text to define all these things. So I the thought came, and that was fulfilled through that research work, and which is explained through Kundalini Yoga, at which step or which stage an artist can go. And of course, a particularly visual artist, that is being a silent process, which is they have their space, they have their canvas, they have their pencils or colors, and they first, of course, it is a physical activity. Then it is related to mental activity, and of course, it goes in its inner existence of that human being, and the process goes on as yoga sadhana. Of course, the spun the concept of Kashmiri Shaivism and Saundarya Lahari, or Saundarya concept given by Adi Shankaracharya ji, that also plays main role in visual art, and so it is interconnected, uh, the philosophy and the art. And my I think my role is to define, or someone has selected me to define this role, or this connection uh, for the society, or to simplify the philosophy through visual art. Basically, the rasa concept is uh, firstly given by Bharat Muni, which is explained through his text, Natya Shastra of Bharat Muni. It is called as Natya Shastra. There are 64 arts explained in Indian text, and five are main, which are music, dance, literature, drama, and visual art. Or in Sanskrit, it is said as alekhya for visual art. And usually, all other four fine arts are said or are accepted by society, or are easily understood by society. Maybe that's why they have accepted it. But the visual art is not that much accepted by society. So, being a visual artist, there were many questions for me. Why this is so?
Yeah.
If that is the true medium of expression, then why it is there? So I started to go into deeper level, and then first there is a rasa theory. When it comes, because there is art, there is a mind, or there is a mind, there is art, right? So if there is a mind, there are emotions. Then why emotion is there when there is a human being? There are emotions in other jivas also, or other existences also, like other animals or other species. But human being is blessed with such a uh, form that has emotions. But if we go in the root of that emotion, rasa theory explains why there is an emotion. So there are some, if we go it or if we think it as a scientific, with a scientific background, there are some secretions, or there are some minute sensory uh, centers in our brain uh, which secrete some special liquid, and that is explained as rasa in Bharat Muni. First, it was explained by Bharat
Okay.
Muni.
Which
Then,
century is it?
huh?
Which century?
Around 3rd to 6th century AD. Then, Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra is said as 5th to 6th century AD. And the practice of that Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra, and what you have asked about mystery, or any how any art is related to para-human existence, that is explained in Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra. And there were rituals performed before starting any act or drama or any art form, and there were rituals in which they call all those divine powers to fulfill or to give success to their art. This is the basic concept of that mystery, and those gods or goddesses are the origin, or are a reason to activate that rasa. Like if there are nine rasas, now rasa is. So for each rasa, if we have to act with anger, then we have to call that particular god to make it active, that center, and then that krodha, or that anger that actor can show. This is the basic concept of that rasa and origin of rasa. So when there is a mind, if we go from physical existence into inner journey, first there is a thought which is related to intellect, then there is an emotion which is related to mind, then then comes rasa, which is related to minute centers or sensory centers in our brain. Of course, it is related to our nervous system, and then the journey of yogi starts. When you know the theory of rasa, or when you know the every origin of every rasa of that all nine, uh, you can start, or you can see what will be the inner or the further journey of yoga. This is the basic concept, and of course, Abhinav Gupta was a special person who studied all those previous texts given by experts in Indian knowledge system, and he was the first who defined Shantarasa. Shantarasa was never before in Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra. All emotions which common man can feel, that is explained in Bharati Shastra. But Abhinavagupta was the first who explained of this Shantarasa, and with that, the origin of Shantarasa is defined as Nirveda. So it's and always it is not accepted by every human being in the common world. Or I was in search of a journey from human being or a physical human existence through emotion, firstly through intellect, then emotion, then our nervous system or sensory organs, uh, then it goes to yoga sadhana, or which is explained in especially explained in Tantraloka or Shiva Sutra or in Spandakarika also. Of course, there are many texts, but these are texts related to Kashmiri Shaivism, which explains it or simplifies it, that journey from physical existence to um, uh, existence beyond our body. So this journey is related to uh, art, or the medium is art. When it comes with our daily activities, it's a physical existence. Then when we start to like any art form, the journey starts. Or when we start to think deeply, the journey starts. Then, of course, visual art is never accepted easily because it's a scary process that it is used to considered as it is a slippery art, or we may uh, go off from our routine life, and it's weird, or it has many negative sarcasm. Yes, but it is not the fact. Basically, the visual art is, if we take it positively, or if we see it with our conscious mind, or with our present um, existence or present intellect, it is the journey, or it is a strong medium to explain that journey or to understand that journey towards yoga or towards liberation. What we can say, it's his grace, or for me it was a coincidence, or we can say a blessing, that when it is said we are chosen, or we are under his observations or supreme observation, that was happen, or that was the one moment when I met a person from Kashmir who is settled in Pune. And that was an incident with my father, that he lost his purse, and he helped him to get to give him that purse. And then he started to came our house, and unknowingly he started to explain about Lakshmanjoo, because he used to be a disciple of Lakshmanjoo. And in between, I was about to complete my PhD, which is of course related on that Bhuleshwar temple, and which is related to Kashmiri Shaivism. And I was wholly in that Tantra Loka by Abhinav Gupta, every Tantra text like Kali Tantra, or some text like Goraksha Samhita, which wholly related to this Kashmiri Shaivism. And he came one day and he started to tell about Laksmanjoo. And he said that when you will be in Kashmir, then you go there and take darshana. And that was the case. Then, when last year I was here for my survey in Kashmir, then I remember his those sentences. I just came here and take for darshana, and then afterwards, of course, the journey never stops, when you can say. So the visual art and that philosophy passion, finding the relation between visual art and philosophy, that was my passion always. And what was there, if we see the period from ancient to now, what was there in Kashmir, which uh, was the reason, or which was the uh, what we can say, a reason for every excellence in philosophy as well as in visual art also. So to find that, I have to survey here many temples or many sites. Of course, there was a long tradition of Shaivism here in Kashmir. Of course, there is a tradition of Buddhism also. Then I have then after Vedic tradition was also there. But the Kashmiri Shaivism was the center point, or a simplified theory among all those theories happened in Kashmir region. So to find that, or we can say a passion or curiosity, or any way you can define it as. Uh, I was here for my survey, and this time I'm staying in Lakshmanjoo in Ashram, and this is also by His grace, and of course it is not possible without that to have um, big or enlightened experience in this campus for staying here for so many days. Yes, it's a little bit difficult question, or I have to answer it very consciously, because all those Agama Sutras are uh, difficult to understand. Right. There are said as five traditions in India of every way of worship. One is Shiva, second is Vaishnava, third is Shakti, fourth is Saura or Surya, and fifth is Ganapatya, which is related to Ganesha. And every that part has its own text. But Shaivagama and Vaishnavagama and Shaktagama are three main uh, texts which have influenced all over India. Of course, art was a medium to explain those agama, and Kashmir was also, if we see in the museums, we can see today there are Bhairava sculptures, there are Saptamatrikas, there are um, Chamunda or Navadurga. There are so many sculptures which explain about the Agama tradition. If we go with a simplified way, if we go for that text for a deep knowledge, then Agama are the text for me. It explains the way of life, how human being is connected to all those energies or all those powers, uh, and to understand that connection or to experience that connection, what should be done here on the earth, that is explained in agamas. If we come to our any words or that uh, thing. I would like to, not from Agama, but I used to like the verse which is written in Goraksha Samhita.
निरातङ्के निरालम्बे निराभासे निरामये योगी योगविधानेन परे ब्रह्मणि लीयते यथा घृते घृतं क्षिप्तं घृतमेव हि जायते क्षीरं क्षीरे तथा योगो तत्त्वमेव हि जायते.
Of course, the Bhuleshwar temple is adorned with so many sculptures, so many delicate sculptures, which has which have its own style, uh, influenced of Kalyani Chalukyan style, and it the Bhuleshwar temple is add on with some special features which has Trik Shakti Put, a panel with three goddesses. The central goddess is main, and the other are subordinate or uh, are there to help her. There are 10 panels. 9 panels are with goddess, and the 10th one is with Bhairava panel, triad of Bhairava. Then there are so many yogis sitting near ceiling. Of course, they are identified with two hands, and they are with three panthas, which we can define it with their attire, and those are Kalamukha yogis, Kapalika yogis, and yogis from Samayatanta. Then there are 16 Bhairavas, 8 at the left of that mandapa and 8 at the right of mandapa. Then there are some 5 yogis on the door jamb or entrance of that Bhuleshwar temple, which explains or why they are sitting on in front of that 5 yogis at Garbhagriha or the main shrine. The reason is to acquire some knowledge or to gather some supreme powers from those gurus. Of course, these triads, there are also three panels of yogis, which are with triad yogis. In one panel, there are three yogis. That is a triad, and those triad explains or shows a link to this trick philosophy of Kashmiri Shaivism. Then, of course, there are many. Yes, there is one more thing, which is a unique feature of that temple in whole India or in whole world. We can say it also. There is a Ganesha with female figures, which is usually defined as Vainayaki, but here it is a Gajamukhi Shakti. And that Gajamukhi Shakti is in a fourth, fifth, and I think it's ninth planet. So these three Gajamukhi Shakti are there, of course, to define some form of Shakti in triad. Uh, if we go in Tantra Loka to find this, what is the significance of those triad, or in even in Kali Tantra, there was a tradition that was there with triad of those powers. They are uh, called, or they are, mm, yes, we can say called here to give some power or to give some special knowledge for that value. And for every step, there is a different trial. This is a tradition in specifically in Tantra practices or in Sikh Tantra practices. So this is the basic definition of that triad panel, and that triad, of course, is related to our human body or human existence, which has 72,000 nadis or sensory, we can say threads, invisible threads. And those 72,000 nadis are when the journey of yogi starts, the purification of all those nadis starts, and then it comes to, finally, it comes to Sushumna Nadi. But all those nadis are in combination of three, the main in the center and the two in the subordinate to help for her. So in the final stage, when it comes to Sushumna, Sushumna is the central and Ida Pinga are left and right. Then the journey starts, and what yogi experience as miracle or enlightenment, or what we can say in every every moment or in his every act, there is the presence of that God. So this is the main theme. Yes, there is one more feature of Bhuleshwar temple, that the Bhuleshwar temple is adorned with so many Hamsa sculptures. The sculpture defining a swan, and this swan is of course a unique feature which no one could find in any other places in the world. And those swan sculptures are on pillars on Devakoshar, outer wall of Garbhagruha. Then the special thing is that on the border of whole ceiling, it is covered. That the border is covered with all those swan sculptures. So this is the basically the question arises why those houses are there on that temple in the stone or in a sculpture form. When I started to search for this house, first I got its reference in Ishana Shiva Gurudeva Patati, but it is in a verse form. And what is Hausa is not explained in that Ishana Shiva Gurudeva Patati. Then I started to search in all other texts like Tantraloka. There is written about Hamsa, but of course it's not very clear to define what is Hamsa. Then I then on a one fine or one divine moment, I was in the library and a small book called as Goraksha Samhita was in front of me. Of course, Gorakshanath was disciple of Machindranath. Machindranath is from Kashmiri Shaivism tradition, and that Gorakshanath has written some specific or some clear steps which should be followed by you. And the Siddhasana is also explained by Gorakshanath.
ये तन्मोक्षकपाटभेदजनकं सिद्धासनं प्रोच्यते.
Then that Hamsa is explained as Hakarena Bahiryati, Sakarena Vishetpuna, Hamsa Hamset Temum Mantram, Jivo Japati Sarvada. Jivo Japati Sarvada is Jiva always has used to chant that mantra in every second or in every moment. It's a continuous cycle. Her and sir. Her is releasing breath, and sir is breathing in. So this is a mantra which is also called as Hamsadharinya Pranadharini or Gayatri Pranadharini, which is the basic of all these creation. Though in human form, every existence has its own breath. But if we see human breath, it's at a particular stage. It when we try to listen its sound, it's a house sound or a house dhani. So this is explained through that sculpture of Hamsa. Yes, there is a sculpture of Hamsa with some fishes, a group of fishes, and there are 7 8 fishes in a one group, and one Hamsa is sitting in the middle. Uh, that is a particular sculpture which is explained afterwards by some yogis or some practitioners of this Shaktipata sadhana. And that is explained as mind has a tendency to be unstable. And the fish is the symbol for that. Fish could not be stable in, not for 1 second or for one fraction of a second. And if we practice that Hamsa or that the Hamsa mantra, it could be a stable state, and human being can achieve that stage or that state of nirvana or that salvation. Or there are many words, or what we can say as it as moksha. And in in your human existence, in your daily practices or in your daily life, you could be connect with that Shiva state, or which is also explained in Marathi that Jiva Shivachi Dadali Samadhi Vitala Prapanchi Tutali Upadhi. That is, we get disconnected from all those worldly activities, and we are yes, we are dissolved in that Shiva state, and that is the basic, or that is the purpose of every existence.
It's in the box.
प्रीत की लत मोहे ऐसी लागी, हो गई मैं मतवारी, बल बल जाऊं अपने पिया को, हिम जाऊं वारी वारी, मोहे सुध बुध नाय रही तन मन की, ये तो जाने दुनिया सारी, बेबस और लाचार फिरूं मैं, हारी मैं दिल हारी, हारी मैं दिल